Good morning on this Wednesday morning. This week I read in a Baptist online magazine, which I admit I don't read at very often, an article by Mark Wingate. And it's just too good not to share some things from that article with you. He tells a story that his pastor told one time. A college student named Michael was on his way home from class and he stopped to see his grandparents. As he opened the door to their house, the front door, he looked over and saw his grandfather just covered with food and his grandmother trying to feed him and clean him up. And he thought that they would be embarrassed if he saw them like that, so he started to back out of the door. And his grandmother said, "Don't you dare do that. Don't you dare leave. Let me tell you, this is what love looks like." Now, the reason she said that is because his grandfather had had a stroke and could no longer swallow and couldn't use his left hand or his right hand, actually. And so she was putting food into a feeding tube so that he could eat. And it was messy and it was hard. But when she said to Michael, "Don't you dare leave. You need to see this. This is what love looks like." There's something important in that for us to hear. Michael learned an important lesson that day, and I think we can too. Love does not look away when life is messy, when life is hard, when the room gets smelly, when despair is on display, when life seems to be falling apart. We are compelled to look because we love. And then we're compelled to act. And right now, life looks pretty messy. People are suffering from the virus. The people who care for them are endangering their lives. People have lost their jobs because of the economic crisis. People are being attacked when they're peacefully demonstrating, attacked by troops sent by the federal government. People are separated. Children are separated from their parents in detention camps. They're behind chain link fences. Teachers and educators are being asked to endanger their own lives for political purposes. Scientific facts are being denied. Life is messy, hard, and falling apart. We cannot refuse to look at it. We must see it. We can't pretend that it's not absolutely awful. We can't ask for good news so we can just forget what's going on in the world. It's not fun. It's not pleasant. It doesn't make us feel good. But we must look at the hard things going on. We must act everywhere we can to change things. You know, when Jesus traveled around the villages, he didn't just go see the people who had everything together, who had no problems. He saw the sick, the lame, the mentally ill, the possessed by demons, the people who were hungry. He saw people in need. He saw the realities plainly, and he said to the disciples and to the crowds, "Love your neighbor as yourself." And that means action is a part of that love. Love is like a grandmother tenderly caring for her husband when he can no longer take care of himself, even though she's not a nurse. Love is what a grandson does when he stays to see and help whatever way he can. Love looks, love sees, love acts. Love puts others first. And we are called to love as Jesus loved. Now is the time when we need it desperately. Hear these words from Cornel West. Justice is what love looks like in public, just like tenderness is what love looks like in private. Dear friends, now is the time to love. Not just those we know or related to, but God's children who are suffering in situations where we can bring some relief. Look around you. See where you can help and do it. May God give you the strength to follow Jesus' commands, and may you find joy in doing so. God bless you all.